The next option will be drawing a rectangle. We'll be drawing a rectangle or a square on the screen. And your next tool will be the eraser tool. Is to erase whatever undue marks that you would like to do. And the next one will be clear all. Whichever, the whole picture, after you have drawn on it, type on it, whichever you wish, you can clear all of it by just simply clicking on clear all. And if you notice, all the image is gone. So we're going to exit out of annotation tools and move on to the next, which is camera settings. Camera settings is actually a remote function for you to control your document camera at your PC. So if you notice on here, there's many of the functions that you can actually use to control the document camera, such as lamp, auto tune, focus, zoom. You can actually capture the image. There's changing the mode of it from image to text, freeze your image, flip, microscope mode. There's a bunch of options here for you to actually choose from. Do notice that every single model only limits to a certain amount of functions. So depending on your model, some functions will be actually grayed out, such as mode, the A4 and the A5 function. So the last button we have here on the toolbar is about. We actually put this here so you can actually understand what version of cues you're actually using. If you notice here, we're actually using 2.1.3. We actually need the version number. Whenever you need some troubleshooting, you can give us a call and give us the version number and the PC that you're working with, and we should be able to help you troubleshoot with that. So now that we're completed with cues, we're going to actually move on to our StarBoard software. If you notice here, that's the StarBoard icon right there. If you simply double click on it, a toolbar will present to you on your right hand side, which there's many functions here, which I'll just go ahead and run it by real quick right now. Pen options for you to draw freehand, whichever you want on the board, on your desktop, or a free new page. IntelliPen is actually a pen that actually can verify what you're actually writing. So if I'm trying to write some sort of letter, it actually could change it to an actual text for you. New page is just a blank white piece of paper for you to draw on or put a picture on, whichever you like. Documents, you can actually import from PowerPoint, such as Word, onto the screen for you to present onto the classroom or to a meeting, per se. Capture is to actually capture whichever you have on the screen. So if I were to hit capture right now, it will actually display this whole desktop saved as an image. So the list is actually a list of screens that you have saved so far on your work, since you have the StarBoard turned on. So the next function here is actually for you to be able to connect with our document camera is actually video. If you actually have the document camera connected, you can simply press video and it will present to you a live image on what is underneath our document camera right now. And if I wish to annotate on this image, simply by pressing the stop button here, what it does is actually freezes the image and we should be able to draw whichever we want on the board. So we're going to exit this. So the next button is our Twain drive. It's a driver for you to capture the image and transfer it to the StarBoard software. If you click on it, if you notice here, there's many sources that you can choose from. Visual Presenter V1 is actually for models such as DC-162, DC-155, DC-133, and etc. The next one down is Visual Presenter V2. That's actually for our DC-260 or PS660. So we're going to choose the first one. If you select it, a box will pop up. And on this box, there's several buttons at the bottom, and is also presenting you with a live image. The capture button is for you to capture an image that's underneath your document camera. Your settings button here is for you to actually control the document cameras just as if it was on cue. A remote will pop up for you to control all the functions on the document camera. So we're going to exit out of this. One thing great about the StarBoard software is that it does allow you to put your own application on there. So we went ahead and added our cue icon on here just as a shortcut for you to simply press it, and you should be able to enter into cues and have the whole cue function running. To actually add the cue icon, by pressing the StarBoard button at the bottom here, and there are menu function here for you to see. You will need to click on mode, and if you notice here, there's one that says accessories. So you click on that, and on top of here you will see that it has add, delete, external application. So we went ahead and add our cues in there. And if you notice also here under mode, there are video input and Twain driver, which I also dragged outside to the toolbar for your convenience. So now that we are completed on the PC side, we're actually going to switch over to the Mac. But for users that actually are running both systems on their computer, if you notice on the bottom right hand corner here, there is a chip icon here, which we call a boot camp. If you simply click on it, there's a menu will pop up asking you if you want to restart in Mac OS, or there's information about the boot camp. So we're going to go ahead and select restart, and it's going to verify with you whether or not you want to continue or not. We're going to click OK. So now that we restarted back into the Mac OS, we also have our cue icon here. If you double click on that, it'll start up. With the Mac version, it actually won't allow you to enter into full screen, but it will show you your toolbars and everything up front for you to control. So all the functions are totally the same. Options, camera settings, they all will give you the same options for you to choose on the PC side versus the Mac side. So we're going to exit out of this. The StarBoard software, the icon will be right there. It's slightly different from the PC side. We're going to go ahead and double click and get this started. So after the StarBoard software has loaded, it would automatically give you a blank white screen, and the toolbar here is actually different from the PC side. You should be able to draw whichever you like directly as soon as you open the StarBoard software. So if we want to actually see an image from our cue software and be able to draw on there, you simply notice there's a mouse button here. If you click on it, it would actually bring you back to your desktop. And then when you are at your desktop, what you want to do is go ahead and open up our cue software. And right now you're actually seeing a live image. And if I would want to annotate on it, just simply by pressing the marker icon here, and you can be able to draw onto the board while being a live image at the same time. So if you notice at the bottom here, there's actually a menu button for you to click on. If you click on it, you'll notice that there are options for you to choose from. Whichever you get the free time, you actually can locate many of the options for the StarBoard software on here. Let's go for an example. If you click on Files, there's everything that needs to be located under Files currently here. So if you move further down to the topics, you actually will notice there's different options for you to choose from. So whenever you get the free time, go ahead and look it over, see whichever options you need, and you should be able to work with your StarBoard on the Mac side.